Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed our last segment. This one's going to be just as great. Today we're talking about Greek life, all the great things we do on campus, and if you didn't join last year, this is why you should. Here to talk about it, we have John Coakley, Fiona, and Jeremy. So I'm going to just start off with no one knows you guys. So first, say a little bit about yourself and what fraternity you are and a little bit about them.
I am John Coakley. I'm a senior math major. I joined Phi Sigma Kappa in the fall of 2013, which is right away my freshman year. I've been very involved in Greek life, been treasurer and vice president of my fraternity, and last year I served as the IFC president.
All right.
I'm Fiona. I'm a sophomore, and I'm in Phi Sigma. And we're brand new on campus, but there's a lot of us. And I joined kind of late into first semester, so like November, right before Thanksgiving. But it's really fun. I met a lot of good friends from it. So yeah, I like it so far.
Cool.
My name is Jeremy. I am with Pi Kappa Phi. I'm a junior comp sci marketing major. I'm currently our chapter secretary, but I previously served as public relations chair, and I've sat in on a few IFC meetings. Pretty much it.
Cool. And for all of you who don't know, I'm in Iota Gamma Upsilon myself. Been in it since freshman year. Pretty great time. Been social chair, been Greek week, lots of fun times. So going off of that, I guess, what's one of the most fun things you guys have done in your experience with your fraternity or Greek life in general?
I gotta say Greek week, it's an every year type of thing.
Doesn't help, or it helps when you win.
It does help when you win or come in second sometimes. It's fun being a part of a winning team. But even, I've been on the dead last team before, and still was a really fun week because it's fun to get out there and see, the 2,000 other kids that are part of other Greek organizations, lip sync, play football against them, volleyball, basketball. And it's fun to kind of watch people go by that aren't in Greek life, kind of peek their head around and see what's going on when we have this big organized week-long event going on.
Cool. So yeah, Tri-Sig's new, but have you guys done anything?
There's a lot of free food involved, which I like because, who doesn't like free food? But yeah, I don't know, meeting all the different organizations and stuff has been really cool because, I don't know, it's different when you're, you go to a party and you're not in Greek life because you don't really get to talk to anyone because it's there's 1,000 people crammed into one room and stuff, but it's nice to, get to know everyone and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely for me, Greek week is definitely number one, especially winning last year was pretty cool. That was my first time ever participating, and it was really cool. One of my favorite parts is actually just meeting people outside of my own fraternity. It's brotherhood is awesome and everything, but just meeting other people from different fraternities, different sororities, is sort of interesting where we all come from, and we're all people from different backgrounds and everything is just so interesting, and I get to meet some cool people. Maybe if we have classes together, that's also a big help with academics and everything too. So it's one of my favorite parts about Greek life in general.
Sure. I'm going to throw in my own opinion too, because I feel like I'm a little bit on the panel on this one. I got to say the formal season. Formals are great. You get to get dressed up, go out somewhere real fun with someone real fun. And sometimes there's sleepaway places. I've been to Montreal, which is a great time. Been there a couple years. And I guess I got a boyfriend out of it, so that was pretty cool too. Yeah, so it's great all around. What would you guys say was the one thing you were most afraid of when you were about to join, and then how did that change or maybe not change after you got in?
Yeah, I guess right away, I was a little afraid of the TV stereotype that you see with Greek life. Definitely was a little scared of the older brothers trying to be find my way through it. I actually joined Phi Sigma Kappa because they were pretty good friends with my sister. So I kind of bypassed that pretty fast, but definitely the stereotypes that you see from the media were the more scary, but got over this really quickly.
So I actually got pulled into Phi Sigma through one of my friends because she was already in it and they were doing rolling recruitment. So she signed me up without telling me. But it worked out because I ended up really liking it. But the only thing I was really nervous about was I only knew one person, so I didn't know if I was gonna like click with the other people or like if I wasn't gonna get along. And like obviously it's such a big group of people that like there's a bunch of different personalities and stuff. So there's people you get along with really well, and there's people you don't talk with as much. But like being in it, it's like I'm not anxious about it at all. Like everybody kind of does their own thing, and that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, one of the things I was really afraid of was if I was really going to click with these people that I'm about to become lifelong brothers with. But the interesting thing is it's like, some stereotypes say like if you're part of this group, like you have to act like this group like all the time, like everywhere. But like I found a couple people in my fraternity just like super into music. We'd usually do like live music, sometimes as philanthropy events or just like at social events in general. And I just love hanging out with them 24/7. So I think it's just like kind of like the same thing where you come into school. It's like, how do you find your people around here? And I think Greek life is a great venue to do that with.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think one of the biggest things I was afraid of too was like, was I gonna actually like these people? Like, I had no idea. But you really bond with your new member class or pledge class, and you're doing a lot of stuff with them. So I feel like by osmosis, you kind of just start to like everyone, and you're always going to find someone, especially if you're social enough to be joining an organization.
Yeah.
But you just mentioned philanthropy, and that was another question I was going to ask. One, what are you guys' philanthropies? And then two, not just of your own, but also what's one of the favorite philanthropy events you guys go to or have done in the past? Or yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have two big focuses. In the fall, we run a 5K for the March of Dimes. We try to aim to raise about $5,000 or $6,000, and then in the spring we raise money for the Special Olympics. And historically, we've raised close to $7,000 or $8,000. And those are fun because they're kind of like little events, grassroots. Everyone kind of reached out to their family. But the most fun I ever did was the IFC sponsored trips to the Ronald McDonald House last spring, right? So a year ago. The Ronald McDonald House in Springfield, which is a home for kids that are in the hospital for whether they're cancer treatments or cerebral palsy or other diseases where they kind of just live in the hospital. So it's a house nearby the hospital that they get to hang out in, and a lot of time they're kind of cooped up in there because they're either in the hospital or in the Ronald McDonald House. And we were able to go and like play games with them and watch TV and kind of just spend some time with them, and that was really fun because I got to meet a lot of them.
Cool. Yeah, Fiona.
So I'm actually on the philanthropy committee for Phi Sigma. And our philanthropy is also March of Dimes. And we have like another charity that's specifically for Phi Sigma. It's called Sigma Serves Children. We are in the process of planning our philanthropy event like right now, so I can't really say anything about it. But it's going to be really fun, and everyone should come. Shameless plug. But yeah, March of Dimes is something that's like really close to my heart. So when I found out that that was their philanthropy, that kind of was a proponent for me for joining.
Cool. Yeah, Jeremy.
So Pi Cap, short for Pi Kappa Phi, we actually own our own philanthropy. It's called the Ability Experience, and it usually focuses on events and projects that serve people with disabilities. So we usually do events such as ramp builds. Last semester we did a 24-hour bike-a-thon. We just had a couple like, I don't know what they're called. They're like
stationary bikes?
Yeah, stationary bikes, and we just like took shifts and we just like powered through like the entire day. It was like great awareness for philanthropy and everything. In the spring, we do a live funk concert. We call it Funkify, where we basically throw a pretty awesome live concert in our house, and we usually invite bands. We have our own band in our fraternity, and we try to invite like some local artists because there's a huge music scene, especially here in the Pioneer Valley. So we try to take advantage of that. What I like is that we're very creative with our events. It's like events that you wouldn't normally see on campus, so it's just like really cool to be a part of those.
Yeah, so Greek life does a lot of good for the community, which is great. We don't have much time, but I'm just going to end it with one sentence for someone thinking about going through Russia recruitment real quick.
Be yourself.
You'll make friends.
Have fun.
We're the best. So that's all the time we have. Thank you to our guests, and we'll catch you on the next segment.